Hello, I'm Anupam Gupta, Principal Architect at SAS. The project we are going to be talking about today is our own office, SAS, which stands for Smart Arch Studio, which focuses at architectural and interior design projects for residential and commercial spaces. The studio has been designed keeping in mind to create a unique experience for anyone walking down the staircase. The concept is to give the client, the walking down to the office, a very clear idea about our skills, capabilities and the taste. The most of the part in the studio has elements of parametric design features. The ceiling of the gallery has been strategically planned with origami, patterns, volumes, which not just acts as a ceiling but a piece of sculpture art. The triangulated volumes juxtaposing in and out in a different language, proportions, depths is a treat to watch. Moving forward, we have this conference room come presentation area where we give proposals and ideas. We share our ideas with the clients, along with which we have a wardrobe in which we use it as a material library, having different stones, different veneers, different fabrics, so that when we want to mix and create something new, some new space, we can actually physically test it over here. The ceiling and the wall of the space of this conference room area have a parametric feature in which we are creating a fading effect with the ACP panels with a backlit of acrylic sheets. These fading patterns are small triangles converting into big triangles, which were designed customized with the help of computational tools, and this triangles is again blending out with the triangulated pattern outside. So it's kept in mind to keep the same sort of a concept all over the office, which is again in the table, again in the walls, and again in the ceiling. Flooring of this conference area has been epoxy, which is to give this more seamless sort of a look, so that it also reflects the ceiling back into the space. Architectural is we believe that this is a teamwork, and you have to be always with the team to get something unique, to create something unique. It's a team effort, for which we have a very big table in the space in which we have our systems, and we all are moving here and there, and we are discussing, and in the same time we are progressing. The walls have a exposed concrete finish with the impressions of the studs over them. It has been originally done with the help of the Shira board by rubbing them with the sandpaper and then just applying some sealer, making it a little cost effective and giving at the same time this concrete textured look, which is an all-time favorite for the architects. The volume of the studio area has been kept a little more. What happens is when you walk down from a little small space to a big space, you always get a wow factor. So what happens is that when you are walking down through the reception area, because of this ceiling, the volume, the height, the clear height over this space in the gallery is a little less. After which, when you walk down to the conference area, again the height becomes a little more. And from when you go to the studio area, it's 0 zeros. Like it's the POP has been done on the 0 level, because of which you have the maximum height which you can attain, because of which you feel okay, this is really as a huge space, although it isn't. Because of this experience that you are getting from a smaller space to a bigger space, we create that feeling, and more or less the contrast, the surfaces and the finishes has been kept plain. The flooring is tile flooring with again a grey color, which is a very neutral color with a little groovings in between, with a spacer of about 5 to 6 mm and filling up the epoxy in between.
Hello, my name is Diana Espinosa. I am an architect. I'm a principal architect at Smart Arch Studio. I am Ecuadorian. I'm going to introduce a little bit of our firm. What we're trying to create here is to create new experience to our clients through architecture. We're having projects in Ecuador, we're having projects in India. Means that we need a different understanding about the concept. That is what we're learning. We know that in Ecuador the architecture is a little bit more modern, but it's also a patrimony. But also we know here that in India we also have this modern architecture and a little bit more edgy. So we're learning about these two types of architecture, and the interesting thing is that all of these styles, when we're combining together, when we're in the studio, it becomes a little bit more playful. We're working with the volumes, we're working with the staff, and between all of us, we're trying to create something that can fulfill the dreams of our client. My colleague and I, we were doing a master's in parametric design and architecture in Spain. So after that, when we came back to our countries, then we decided to found this architectural firm in which we're trying to collaborate with other firms also in other countries, and we're trying to use this parametric language in our constructions. What is interesting about this is that this is something that you don't see so much, you don't see so often. This type of architecture is sophisticated in terms of softwares, in terms of tools that we're using. So we need a team that is also qualified in this type of knowledge. I'm going to explain a little bit about the plans, about the project of the office. In the first place, what we try to make in this space is to isolate these areas in which we are having an access to the residency. So these kind of places are private. And the main focus it was to divide in three parts. What we're having is a private space, we're having a common space, which is the semi-public space, and also we're having a private space in which we're working as a team. So our main idea was to create this friendly environment in which a lot of people can come. The capacity of this studio is for 15 people, 20 people, in which everyone is having their own activities in their own space. I'm going to explain a little bit more about the materials that we're using and also about the geometries that we were using. So what we wanted to achieve is a futuristic look in which we're using different tools, different softwares to achieve this parametric feeling. So in the common space, in the semi-public space, what we are trying to do is using a pattern of triangles. So we can create a combination of lights and shadows, which goes super good when clients comes to the office. They always feel that this is from another planet. So this is attractive for them. And also, when you come here to this space, to the conference area, also you have this contrast between the triangle pattern, and then you are coming here into a more detailed pattern. In all of these spaces, as I was saying before, we were using parametric tools that helped us to rationalize also the materials.
It has been 2 years since we have started our journey in Smart Arc Studio, and starting from very small scale projects like small kiosk and small restaurants. Now after 2 years, we are having approximately 14 to 15 sites going on altogether, out of which 2 to 3 sites are in Ecuador, and the other sites are in Delhi itself. We have around 6 to 7 sites in Dwarka, in Sector 11, Sector 10. Most of them are builder floors in Dwarka, and few are private residences. And in Panjabi Bagh, we have 3 sites going on right now, out of which 2 are private residences and 1 is builder floor site. And other thing, we are also working in commercial spaces and hotels. We have successfully designed 2 OYO boutique hotels in Dwarka with a very interesting facade. And right now, currently, we are also working on a hair styling studio project, which is going to be coming again in Panjabi Bagh. So altogether, the journey is growing, and we are upscaling our projects, we are scaling up our team. So if you are thinking to get your space designed, maybe a residence, a commercial space, a boutique hotel, any sort of a space except from industrial spaces, you can always contact us on the details given below. We just do not will guide you, we will also take interest in your journey with you, because we just don't do it as a business. We are very passionate towards what we do.